Hey everyone, how's it going? It's Tina here and welcome to another one of my Star Wars lore videos. And in this video I'm going to be featuring the Juggernaut Heavy Assault Vehicle. Now, variously called the Clone Turbo Tank or the Rolling Slab, the A6 Juggernaut was a huge step up from its smaller predecessor. While the A5 was simply an armoured transport, the A6 was a mobile weapons platform capable of dealing out major damage. Despite being so wholly ungainly, the success of the A6 was to influence future weapons, in particular the Imperial AT-AT Walker. Its predecessor, the A5 Juggernaut, was a 22 meter long, 15 meter high slab of rolling armour and weaponry capable of operating extremely well in an urban environment. It could carry 50 troops, complete with equipment, along with speeder bikes or small repulsor lift light support vehicles. Though fast on flat solid terrain, the A5 was so difficult to turn that it had a front and rear cockpit configuration. It was also not great on unstable or soft terrain, as the weight of the vehicle and the unusual slatted tyres meant it tended to bog down. Now, the weapon systems operated by 6 gunners were sufficient to provide excellent covering fire for troops disembarking the vehicle. For the most part, the A5 was used as a troop transport rather than as a dedicated combat vehicle. Its armour was too light and its weapons not quite powerful enough. Now, also built by Kuat Drive Yards, the A6 was in essence a scaled up version of the A5 that, while solving few of the problems of the older tank, was far more successful as a combat vehicle. At around 50 meters long, 20 meters wide and 30 meters high, the A6 Juggernaut was so much more than just the A5 doubled. The A6 might have been a little slower than the A5, but this was because it was fitted with enormously thick thermal superconducting armor plating, which absorbed and spread the effects of enemy weapons fire. At twice the length of the A5, the new Juggernaut had an even larger turning circle, meaning the vehicle relied more on the dual cockpit configuration. The 12-man crew had to operate in close harmony to avoid the control issues often faced by less experienced A5 pilots. Eventually, computerized control systems allowed the crew to be cut down from 12 to just 2 drivers, one at each end of the tank. There were 8 gunners aboard the A6 Juggernaut, and the weapons they operated were a significant step up from the A5. It was Kuat Drive Yard's boast that the A6 could deliver a pinpoint attack to a small area that, on an unshielded foe, would inflict heat damage alone equivalent to a small tactical nuclear device. Coupled with the heavy armor, the weapons upgrades allowed the A6 to fully and effectively participate in ground battles, as well as delivering between 50 and 300 troops to the combat zone depending on the configuration of the interior. At the Battle of Kashyyyk, Master Yoda held back a number of A6 Juggernauts, waiting for the Separatist forces to fully commit the majority of their heavy units to the fighting. When a flight of heavy missile platforms zeroed in on the beach in front of the seawall at Wawat, offering a devastating support to the DSD-1 dwarf spider droids and the NR-N99 tank droids, Yoda ordered in the A6s. Powering across the heavy sand, their 10 wheels churning up the ground, the Juggernaut's gunners made free use of the weapons at their command. The A6s were well armed to deal with the droid infantry, with 2 medium anti-personnel laser cannons putting down withering fire, along with the 2 twin blaster cannons. The tank droids were smashed apart by the heavy laser turret that commanded an excellent view from the top of the middle of the vehicle, and the rapid repeating heavy laser cannon set on the rear. The missiles mounted in the launchers to either side of the A6s went to work on the CIS heavy missile platforms, blasting them from the sky. Grenades fired from the same launchers helped stagger the advancing droid forces. The Juggernauts were given significant heavy support from lumbering 3-legged all-terrain attack pods and the more nimble all-terrain recon transports. These latter units were ideal for keeping infantry away from the legs of the all-terrain attack pods and from planting mines in front of advancing Juggernauts. The A6s provided additional support on the battlefield for wounded troops, evacuating them and providing initial diagnostics and treatment for the injured thanks to the onboard 21B medical droids. During the Galactic Civil War, A5 and A6 Juggernauts are used by both sides, with small numbers of abandoned and captured Clone Wars stock falling into the hands of the Rebel Alliance. The Empire continued to use the tanks, particularly the A6, though mainly in support roles. Their preference was for the new generation of walkers, particularly the all-terrain armoured transport. At the Battle of Hoth, A6s acted as troop transports, mobile medical facilities and defensive fire support for the rear supply lines. And that is the Star Wars lore on the Juggernaut heavy assault vehicle as seen during the Clone Wars and during the Battle of Kashyyyk in Revenge of the Sith. So if you like the video, be sure to leave a like, subscribe to keep up to date with all my latest Star Wars lore videos, and as always, I'll talk to you all in the next one. Catch you later.